We good? We good. Alright, we seem to be good. We seem to be running okay now. I did. It was great. Great cast. Again, I know that it is entirely written by the same writing team who basically gave us the brilliance of Animaniacs, and as the die-hard Animaniacs fanboy, I should be watching this. Should I not? I should be doing nothing but watching this, is the thing, so need to go check that out. New Legend of Korra coming up in a few hours. All something that I fell out of watching. You have finite time. You have very limited time in order to work with the stuff you want to watch, and then you've got to eat, you gotta go to a job, you have to sleep at some point, you have to have a life, basically. So, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just going to have to survive the way I am. And survive, as it is, with the limited amount of time I have to devote to the cartoons. Well, let's take this segment here. Let us see if we got a chance to better our lives with the world of cartoons. You forgot to watch last week's Korra. That's what happens when you don't watch Korra. You miss an episode, you miss one episode, then you miss 2 episodes, and then before you know it, you miss the entire season. That's happened to me before, and I had to catch up on the whole thing. That happened to me with Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. I caught the first couple episodes, missed a couple, and before you knew it, I had to buy the box set and catch up on whole 26 episodes all in a single weekend. It was a glorious weekend. It really was. Anyways, where was I? Alright, so tonight we are attempting to be more professional with the presentation of cartoon news by basically switching over to a format that's favors, I suppose, what's what I'm looking for? Favors something to actually look at instead of just staring at me, because I'm very entertaining, I know that, but we could do better. Like, for example, we could switch over to something like this, or we could put the two, or we could put me down here, or we could even put the two of us side by side here. Again, I attempt to do that, so anyways, let's give that a try, shall we? Again, I'm being very stop the echo. There was an echo. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, it's just doing endless echoing, endless echoing. Alright. Alright, is it working now? Inception. Alright, sorry, hold on a second. It's gone. Okay. I'm gonna say one word and see if it echoes. Donut. Are we done? Okay, okay, I know what I had to do. I'm sorry. All I had to do was mute one speaker. That's all I think I had to do. And yes, I want a donut. Alright, okay. I apologize to everyone who had to face infinite me speaking into myself. I apologize for that. I will not do that ever again. So, I owe you all donuts right now. I owe every one of you a dozen donuts. And it's the perfect time of the year for those too, because we got those cinnamon, what do they call it? The cinnamon cake donuts they have, you know, sprinkled with cinnamon sugar, and they got apples baked into it. Like, my god, those are the best. Like the kind that you get from the apple orchards, freshly made. Delicious, I know, right? Anyways, I'm sorry. Anyways, so, on to cartoon news, where we're trying cartoon news like 5.0, or whatever you want to call it right now. Okay, let's get started, shall we? All the news that's happening in the cartoon world that is worth talking about. And I'm gonna attempt to, yeah, let's go over to just switching to the big screen here. Anyways, so, by this logo here that you can see, let us bid farewell to Boomerang. Yes, in our first story here, Boomerang is being it's not being killed, it's not dying, it is being reborn. It is being Phoenix-styled reborn as a brand new channel altogether. Basically, Boomerang has been re-airing old Warner Brothers and Hanna-Barbera cartoons, reruns of Cartoon Network shows for a while, kind of just existing. So, the fine folks at Turner decided to rebrand it with... No, I'm sorry, I'm facing that way there. Again, I'm being so unprofessional tonight. What they're doing is they're basically getting rid of the reruns format, and they're turning it into a foreign market extravaganza, or more specifically, they're turning it into a platform where shows from all over the world can have a place to show. Not just, from what I understand, not just Canada. I mean, you have other countries who do make cartoons. You could have ones from South America, you could have ones from Europe, maybe even imports from Japan, like the anime that they might want to show. Again, all under the Turner brand here, so what they decide to show, we're not entirely sure just yet, but it's not going to be anything like the reruns of old shows. It's going to be out with the old, in with the new very much. And they're getting rid of the logo, the design, everything, and they're turning it into this basically, which is, it looks kind of like the Cartoon Network logo with the black and white there, and, square. Like, they have a monopoly on the square, or the diamond shape, basically. So that's what we're gonna look forward to. And they're gonna keep some of the old shows. Like, they're gonna keep Looney Tunes, they're gonna keep Tom and Jerry, they're gonna keep Scooby-Doo. The money-making franchises are gonna stick around. But we're not gonna see so many of the classics anymore. We're gonna get new stuff. And this has been a bit overdue anyway, because they've kind of been stagnant for a while. So if they're gonna do something with their Boomerang channel, they may as well rebrand it entirely. Kind of like the Hub is doing too. So this is the time period to rebrand our channels, apparently. I guess so. But why not, right? Why not indeed? Anyways, so let's move on to something else to talk about. Something that's not exactly as interesting to some of you low-class people, but to us high-class people, this is something we're talking about. And I'm actually going to be able to pull up something on the screen here, but let me preface by saying, do you all know this fine man named Bill Plimpton? If not, you should. I wouldn't call him an underground animator exactly, but definitely an unknown, like non-mainstream animator. And basically, he's been making cartoons for decades. He's kind of, I suppose, an auteur, or I don't even know the word you describe it exactly, but anyways, the point is that he's made a lot of cartoons that you've probably never seen before. But now you can! Now we have the fine chance to see them, because they're all coming to formats that you can watch now. And I will pull up the promotional video for that and see if this works, because why not? And again, we're being very, very semi-professional here, what the heck are you doing, Noah? Let's see if that works out. Alright, this guy right here. I mean, look at this. I mean, look at this style of animation. I mean, again, I don't want to call it underground, I just want to call it... Wow. I'm sure some of you guys have seen this before. Anyways, this guy's work is coming to, specifically, pull up my notes really quickly, it's coming to iTunes and the Amazon Instant Video thing they got going on. And that's going to be, something that has never happened before, because these, again, cartoons that you should have seen before, but you haven't, because it's never been available online, only been television or DVD releases of his stuff. So it's kind of nice that they're having it available in an easily accessible format, especially for someone whose style is very unmainstream. So I think that's kind of a cool thing to happen. And again, hopefully we can use this example to get more lesser known or slightly lost animation up on the screen for people to watch. Like, how many people have never seen The Adventures of Prince Ahmed, the shadow animation film that was made back in 1910s, because it's just not been accessible to, well, it's been accessible, it's just not shown around the people who need to see it, I guess. But anyways, the point is, less obscure stuff, or more obscure stuff, needs to be shown, basically. This is such an unprofessional night, I apologize to everyone involved. Just the weirdest thing ever. Alright, how about something that all of you know? Now, how many of you have, that is something entirely different. How many of you have seen this little known Marvel movie known as Guardians of the Galaxy? I assume a couple of you may have had, maybe you kind of heard about it, maybe seen the trailer for it, like maybe kind of heard of it. Well, anyways, if you haven't heard of it, you will now, because Disney XD is finally giving us, I mean, who could have guessed this, an animated Guardians of the Galaxy TV show. And we have video for this. Yes, we have. I mean, you have to see this for yourself. Let me pull it up here. This looks amazing. Note to self, next time I try this, I need to center everything to look better. Alright, enough stalling. Let's get this underway. Anyway, and yeah, I'm just gonna show it.
If we're gonna be hanging out together, you definitely need bigger blasters.
I can only imagine the level of cheers and applause that happened at New York Comic Con when they saw that for the first time. Is that that is Flash, my fine folks. That is Flash animation at its best. So yes, to any doubters out there who thought this was just a rumor or such, no, we are getting a fully animated Guardians of the Galaxy series coming in 2015 to Disney XD, one of the new additions to the Marvel Universe block they have on there, and I can't imagine anyone being surprised by this. Like, the number of people who were surprised to hear that they were turning the most successful movie of 2014 into a cartoon by the biggest money hoarders on the planet was zero. Zero people were surprised to hear that. So, let's hope it is just as good as the hype is building it up to be. And let's hope it's not Ultimate Spider-Man level. No, let's not do that. So, yeah, I'm noticing a theme here. Tonight's stories are all about aliens, or basically about foreign people. It's either from another planet, or cartoons from another country, or your cartoons are coming to our country, because Boomerang is bringing in new cartoons. So let's keep that theme going with the next story. This is something that some people may find slightly less interesting to talk about, but it's still worth noting just because there are other people making cartoons than just here in America. Now this story is about a new film from Germany that just got licensed in America, actually. And it is called, less of everything, The Seventh Dwarf. So what could that possibly be about? Well, it is exactly what you're thinking. It is about the Snow White fairy tale. They're kind of blending styles, actually. From what I understand from the story, it is the youngest of the seventh dwarf puts everyone to sleep, a la Sleeping Beauty, and now they gotta go on an adventure to wake everybody up again. So, I guess if you've told all the fairy tales enough times, you may as well just blend them together, because they're all kind of part of the same canon after a while. But why this is interesting is because this was a recently released film that Germany made. Again, I didn't even know Germany made cartoons. And it just got licensed by Shout Factory, who releases a lot of our shows on DVD. So you may be seeing this on store shelves, possibly, as a movie that you may have never heard of before. But the fact that we are getting other cartoons stuff in our country is always a good thing, because the more people get involved in the animation game, the better chances we are for success. So let's hope this stays up as a good thing, right? Yes, possibly. Fingers crossed for this to work out. Now let's bring it back home for our final story of the night, which is the most exciting thing that came out, well, the second most exciting thing to come out of New York Comic Con, which, from what I understand, was a great shindig, and I would have loved to have gone to it, but some of us are just too poor to attend that long trip to geek nirvana, the pilgrimage, as it were. But I'm stalling long enough here. I'm building up the hype. So we have Guardians of the Galaxy movie coming, or I'm sorry, TV show coming out. What could possibly top that? Not one, not two, but 3 Lego movies are coming out. And one of them just happens to be Lego Batman movie. So recently in the New York Comic-Con discussions, Warner Brothers talked about basically every movie that they're going to make from now till 3020. Like, they got a long stretch out there. We got Harry Potter movies, we got lots of DC movies, and we got Lego movies. After the success of the Lego movie this year, we have 3 Lego movies on the block for coming out here. So, more specifically, in 2016, we're gonna get Lego Ninjutsu, the TV show, the Cartoon Network Lego Ninjutsu show is gonna be getting its own movie, so that's coming out in 2016. Ninjago, that one ninja movie. Anyways, that's getting a movie. That's not important. What is important is 2017, we are getting this. We are getting Batman Lego movie. Of course, the Lego franchise has made a lot of really successful video games. The Batman Lego video game, from what I understood, is a real cash cow for them, so it does not surprise me that they want to turn it into a movie, especially because Batman from the Lego movie was like the most badass Batman ever. And considering who he has in that roster, that's saying something. So that's coming out. And then in 2018, we have the Lego Movie 2. So basically a sequel or a continuation of the first Lego movie, probably building off the same characters, the same universe. Maybe the Duplo brand will also get its revenge finally. So yeah, a lot of Lego movies coming out. Like I said, big news coming from Warner Brothers, and something to look forward to, knowing that the Lego brand in movies will be together for a long time. It's gonna be amazing. And we'll finally get that Lego versus Creo or Mega Bloks movie that like the fan fiction community has been cramming for forever. So that, my fine friends, is what we have to look forward to in the coming existence. So, I mean, again, let's just get a look at that. Like, pull it up on the big screen there. That's coming to a movie theater near you, and it's gonna be amazing. So, thank you for indulging in this experiment in getting the getting Cartoon News to look different than I had it before. And oh my gosh, we're getting the Lego movies ×3! And we're also getting foreign movies from Germany, and Boomerang is dead. Again, rest in peace. It had a good long run. It just needed to transform if it wanted to survive any longer. And again, maybe we can get some good things out of this, but we're gonna pray that the transition is a positive one. The only problem is, now where are we gonna watch our Hanna-Barbera reruns? Like, where are we gonna watch Funky Phantom? And where are we gonna watch Clue Club? And where are we gonna watch every Scooby-Doo clone that's been created in the past 50 years? I guess we're just gonna have to settle for out-of-print VHS collections that came out back in the 1980s. Or they could have, yeah, like a midnight block of, like, very obscure stuff that Hanna-Barbera created before you or I were ever born. And then, of course, there's Netflix. But anyways, tonight's theme's all about the foreign invasion. So, goodbye, Boomerang. Hello, foreign invasion. God bless America.